Hi friends, welcome to the session. Okay, in today's session, we are discussing about the chapter third, that is human reproduction. In that, we will be today session will be discussing about male reproductive system. Okay, so male reproductive system is present in the pelvic region of our body. So this will become the abdominal region. So below that will be the pelvic region. So in pelvic region, male reproductive system we will find. So male reproductive system, before going in detail, let us see that male reproductive system is divided into three major parts, okay, or three major organs. So first one is, it is a primary sex organ. Second one is secondary, or secondary, instead we can use another term called as accessory sex organs. And third one is external genitalia. So the male reproductive system can be studied under three major parts. One is primary sex organ, secondary, or we can use another term, that is accessory sex organs, and third one is external genitalia. So primary sex organs means, so the term primary refers to the main part. Okay, so male reproductive system, why it is essential? Because it produces the male gametes. So the male gametes are what? So the primary sex organs are a pair of testes. So males will be having two testes, hence the name pair of testes, and these are the major organs which play an important role in the production of sperms, or we can also call them as spermatozoa. Sperms or spermatozoa, hence the name primary sex organs. Okay, secondary or accessory sex organs. Okay, what is their role? Their major role is to transport and make the sperms active. Okay, so which are those? So secondary or accessory sex organs can be studied under two subparts, that is accessory ducts and accessory glands. Ducts play an important role in transport of the sperms. Glands play an important role in providing energy and making the sperm motile. Okay, so which are the accessory ducts we will be studying in this topic? That is, first one is rete testis. One. Next we will be studying about vasa efferentia. Next we will be studying about epididymis. And fourth, it will be vasa deferens. There are four ducts which comes under accessory ducts. It is rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis, and vasa deferens. Their main function, these are all the ducts, four major ducts, and their role is to transport the sperms from testis, where they are synthesized, okay, to the urethra. Okay. Next we have accessory glands. There are three accessory glands, that is seminal vesicles, we have prostate gland, and we have bulbourethral gland. Okay. These are the three glands. So bulbourethral gland is also called as Cowper's gland. We call bulbourethral gland also as Cowper's gland. Okay. Accessory glands, there are three: seminal vesicles, prostate gland, bulbourethral gland, are also called as Cowper's gland. What is their role? To provide energy and make the sperm motile. Okay, make it active in the sense we can say. Okay, and after that the sperms along with the content of these glands, it moves through external genitalia, and the external genitalia what we will be studying it is penis. So penis is called as the external genitalia. So now let us discuss about male reproductive system. If you look at the diagram, as I told before, the male reproductive system can be divided into three major parts. One is primary sex organs, what we call it as testis. The secondary sex organs or accessory organs. So what those are accessory ducts and accessory glands. Okay. So here we have accessory glands and here it is the accessory duct. Okay. And we have the external genitalia, that is penis. Okay. These are the three major concepts that we will be discussing in this diagram. Okay. So first let us concentrate on the primary sex organ, that is testis. Okay. So this a male reproductive system will be having two testis. So testis we call them as the reproductive organs major. Okay. ಈ reproductive system ದಲ್ಲಿ testis are the reproductive organs. There are two testis or a pair of testis that is present in the males. Okay. And these testes are not present inside the body, they are present outside the abdominal cavity. Okay. So entire reproductive system lies in pelvic region. So the testes are present outside that one in a sac. Okay, a sac-like structure which are protruded outside. This sac-like structure we call them as scrotum and karithi. Scrotum is a sac-like structure into which the testis. So when the males are young, ಹುಟ್ಟೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ, they are present inside the abdominal region. As they are born, so these testes come out of the abdominal cavity and lies outside in a sac, what we call it as scrotum ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Okay, so scrotum ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, is sac like structure into which the testis lies. Okay, so ಈ ಯಾಕೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದಿರ್ತದಂದ್ರೆ, ಸ್ಕಾರ್ಟಮ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಏನಿರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಗಿಂತಾಗ್ಲಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಸ್ಕಾರ್ಟಮ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, so what is our body temperature? So the body temperature of human being should be or will be 37 degree centigrade. Okay, so in scrotum it will be less than 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius. ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ಗಿಂತ 2 to 2.5 ಅಂದರೆ 2.5 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸಿಯಸ್ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಬಾಡಿ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ದಲ್ಲಿ at 37 degree temperature the sperms become inactive. Okay, hence temperature ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, sperms will not become inactive because testis is the main region where the sperms are produced. Sperms are nothing but the male gametes. These are produced in the testis. Hence we call testis as the primary organs because they play an important role in the production of sperms, male gametes. Okay, now let us see actually what are the things that are present inside the testis. Let us see the anatomy. Here we have one testis. If I take the vertical section of the testis, which are the parts that we can see in the testis. Okay, so better I will rub this one. So just I will elaborate the testis. If I take the vertical section of the testis, how it appears. Okay, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಬರಿತಾ ಇದೀನಿ. So testis will be having the look. So ಈ ಕಂಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈ ಕಂಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸಿಗೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಲೆಬ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ದಮ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಕಂಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಕಂಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೈಲಿ ಕಾಯಿಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಹೈಲಿ ಕಾಯಿಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನ ಸೆಮಿನಿಫರಸ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಿ, so all these tubular structures are joined together to form another structure called as a rete testis ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. And from this rete testis plenty of tubular things come out. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, we call it as vasa efferentia. So these vasa efferentia joined together. So these are tubular structures only. Okay? They join together and gets connected. Okay, so just I have enlarged that testis ಭಾಗ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ enlarge ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ. Okay, so here the same thing what I have written in that diagram, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ bit enlarged part of that one. So here you can see that the testis, so this is the testis layer. If you take the vertical section of the testis, so you can find that it is surrounded by a layer. ಆ ಹೊರಗಿನ ಪದರ ಅಥವಾ ಹೊರಗಿನ ಲೇಯರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಟ್ಯುನಿಕಾ ಅಲ್ಬುಜಿನಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದ ಔಟರ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್ is called as tunica albuginea. So inside the testis we can find many compartments. ಈ ಕಂಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಲೊಬ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಇದು ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 250 300 ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ 250 to nearly 300 such testicular lobules will be present. Compartments ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ, those compartments will be having many tiny tubes, tubular structures. ಆ tubular structures ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, seminiferous tubules. Okay, most important parts these are, because seminiferous tubules ತಲೆ ಏನು ತಯಾರಾಗ್ತದೆ, sperms ತಯಾರಾಗ್ತವೆ. Okay, so seminiferous tubules play an important role in the production of the sperms. Okay, and they also play an important role in producing the male hormone, that is testosterone. ಇದು ಇದರಲ್ಲೇ ತಯಾರಾಗ್ತದೆ. Okay, so ಈ testicular lobules ದಲ್ಲಿ seminiferous tubules ಇರ್ತದೆ. So these seminiferous tubules, all these tubules combine together to form another tubular structure. So this is what we call it as rete testis. So rete testis lintra many tubes come out. Okay, and this what we call it as vasa efferentia, and these tubular structures combine together to form. So this is the testis. So testis outer surface the layer irtade, another lobules, plenty of tubular structures are combined and form a bit bigger tubule. So what you call it as epididymis. Okay, so this is the head of epididymis, this is the body we call it as, and this is the tail, and this epididymis combined together to form another tube, what we call it as vasa deferens. Okay, so seminiferous tubules, rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis and vasa deferens. So mainly seminiferous tubules tali sperms tayaragtave. Rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis and vasa deferens, we call them as the accessory ducts. Accessory ducts ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಹೆಸರು ಬಂತು? Accessory ducts or secondary ducts means their main role is only to just to transport the sperms. Their main role is to transport the sperms. Okay, sperm produced ಆಗೋದಲ್ಲಿ seminiferous tubules which are present in the testis, hence they are called as primary sex organs. So secondary sex organs are rete testis, vasa efferentia, epididymis and vasa deferens. Their main role is to transport the sperms. So in seminiferous tubules the sperms are produced. Sperms are then transported to rete testis. Through rete testis they are transported to vasa efferentia. So from vasa efferentia they are transported to epididymis. So epididymis one major function is there. So epididymis play an important role in maturation of the sperms. Okay, so the sperms get matured in epididymis. Okay, and the sperms are also stored in epididymis. Three functions it does. One is transportation of the sperm, second one is maturation of the sperm, and third one is storage of the sperms. So after that the sperms are then transferred to the vasa deferens. So this is the anatomy of the testis. till now we discussed about the primary sex organ, that is testis. Now we saw about the anatomy of the testis. So testis ಒಳಗಡೆ anatomical structures ಏನೇನು ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Okay, so ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ? So we saw the important parts, that is seminiferous tubules where the sperms are produced. So ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ sperms ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? ರೆಟೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಗೆ. ರೆಟೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? ವಾಸ ಎಫರೆನ್ಷಿಯಾ. ವಾಸ ಎಫರೆನ್ಷಿಯಾ ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? ಎಪಿಡಿಡಿಮಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಎಪಿಡಿಡಿಮಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? ಮೆಚುರೇಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ದೇ ಮೂವ್ ಟು ವಾಸ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದು ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ರೆಟೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್, ಸೊ ವಾಸ ಎಫರೆನ್ಷಿಯಾ, ಎಪಿಡಿಡಿಮಿಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಸ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸರಿ ಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು? ಜಸ್ಟ್ ದಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಇನ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ತಯಾರಾಗೋದು ಭಾಗಕ್ಕೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಇದೊಂದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೆಮಿನಿಫೆರಸ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್. ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಹೌ ದಿಸ್ ಸೆಮಿನಿಫೆರಸ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಲುಕ್ ಲೈಕ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ seminiferous tubules are nothing but tube like structures. If I take the transverse section of this one, ಈಗ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಕಾಣ್ತದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡೋಣ. The transverse section of seminiferous tubules I am drawing. So if you look at the seminiferous tubules, you'll find that they are circular. So plenty of seminiferous tubules will be there. So one testicular lobule ರಲ್ಲಿ 2 ರಿಂದ 3 seminiferous tubules ಇರ್ತದೆ. Okay, then if you just imagine near to 250 to 300 testicular lobules ಇರ್ತದೆ one testis ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು seminiferous tubules ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, ಒಂದು seminiferous tubule ನ ಎನ್ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Okay, so if you look at this one, so think this is the outer layer, what we call it as tunica albuginea. Okay, so here we have seminiferous tubules. So seminiferous tubules are lined by cells. There are some cells. Okay, just I will rub this one. Okay, these cells we call them as spermatogonia. So these cells are called as spermatogonia. Most important cells ಇವು ಯಾವು? ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟೋಗೋನಿಯಾ. ಇವನ್ನೇ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಜರ್ಮ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So what we call them as? We call them as germ cells ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಜರ್ಮ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿದಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ. ಒಂದು ಸೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜರ್ಮ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. So majority of our cells, either it might be my skin cell, liver, pancreas, ಯಾವುದೇ ಭಾಗ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು, so those are somatic cells. So somatic cells will not undergo meiosis, they will undergo just mitosis. So these are the germ cells. So germ cells has the capacity to undergo meiosis. So these are the cells which will produce what? Sperms. So spermatogonia cells are the only cells which has the capacity of meiosis in males. Okay, these cells anta cells ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? germ cells. So these cells has the capacity to undergo meiosis to produce what? The male gametes, what we call it as the sperms. So ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ seminiferous tubules transverse section ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ? we will find the circular structures. So these circular structures we call them as seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubules are lined by spermatogonia cells. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ spermatogonia cells ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ we will find another cells, most important cells. These cells we call them as Sertoli cells. ಇದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಯಾವುದು? ಸರ್ಟೋಲಿ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಎಂಟೈರ್ಲಿ ಸೆಮಿನಿಫೆರಸ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ನ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ 2 ಮೇಜರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ನ ನೋಡಬಹುದು. ಯಾವುದು? ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟೋಗೋನಿಯಾ ಸೆಲ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸರ್ಟೋಲಿ ಸೆಲ್. ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟೋಗೋನಿಯಾ ಸೆಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಗೋ ಮಿಯೋಸಿಸ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ವಾಟ್? ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಿಯೋಸಿಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಏನೇನೆಲ್ಲ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ತಯಾರಾಗ್ತವೆ ಅದು ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡೋಣ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟೋಜೆನಿಸಿಸ್ ಅಂತಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳೋಣ ಅಂತೀನಿ. Okay, spermatogonia cells will produce sperms. Okay, now when the sperms are produced, okay, so sperms will be immature Immature ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಮೆಚೂರ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಟು ಮೂವ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇಮ್ಮೆಚೂರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ್ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಆ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತವೆ, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ those cells are produced, they will come and attach to what, the Sertoli cells. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ Sertoli cells are the nourishing cells ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಅಥವಾ these are nourishing cells, means they will provide the nourishment to the sperms. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ, ಈ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಬೆಳಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಹಾರನ ಒದಗಿಸ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Okay, and these cells we call them as the nourishing cells. One important function of this one. Okay, they will help in providing nourishment. Okay, that is the Sertoli cells. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಬಟ್ಟೆ ಏನೋ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆದಾಗ ನಾವು ಥ್ರೂ ದೋಸ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ರೆಟೆಡ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್. ರೆಟೆಡ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದ ವಾಸಾ ಎಫರೆನ್ಷಿಯಾ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಪಿಡಿಡಿಮಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಮೆಚ್ಯೂರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. So this is about the seminiferous tubules, main important tubules which play an important role in production of the sperms. Hence we call them as structural and functional unit of testis. They are called as the structural and functional unit of testis. ಯಾವುದು seminiferous tubules. ಓಕೆ, ಮುಂದೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟೋಜೆನಿಸಿಸ್ ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ. Till now what we discussed about the primary sex organ, that is testis in detail, that is anatomy ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, seminiferous tubules ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, what we call them as the structural and functional unit of the testis. Now think that through epididymis ವಾಸಾ ಡೆಫರೆನ್ಷಿಯಾ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಅನದರ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್. ಆ ಟ್ಯೂಬಿಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಯುರೇತ್ರಾ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಮೇಲ್ಸ್ ಯುರೇತ್ರಾ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕಾಮನ್ ಪ್ಯಾಸೇಜ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬೋತ್ reproductive system, means the transport of sperms, and even through ureter ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಿಡ್ನಿಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದೆ. So ureter ಲಿಂದ urine is stored in urinary bladder, so urine also moves to urethra ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Okay, so it is a common passage for both urine and common passage for the sperms ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Both will not transport at a time, ಅದನ್ನು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, so that was about till vasa deferens. It is about accessory ducts. So secondary sex organs ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ we have discussed that secondary sex organs are classified into two types. One, the accessory duct which plays an important role in transport of sperms. Another we have, that is accessory glands. Okay, let us see about the accessory glands. Okay, there are three accessory glands. That is, one is seminal vesicles. These are in pairs. ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಎರಡು ಇರ್ತವೆ seminal vesicles. Prostate gland ಒಂದೇ ಇರ್ತದೆ, only one prostate gland we have. And next one is bulbourethral gland. They are also in pairs. Okay, so bulbourethral gland we also call them as Cowper's gland ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ bulbourethral gland ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, Cowper's gland ಅಂತಾನು ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Okay, so three glands are there. Seminal vesicles, they are in pairs. Prostate gland, it is one. Bulbourethral gland, they are in pairs. The bulbourethral gland is also called as a Cowper's gland. Okay, now let us see what is its function. So first thing, that when the sperms come in, join here. Okay, so first vesicle that is present is seminal vesicles, which is present at the two sides of the vasa deferens. So let's discuss about one by one. So first let us discuss about seminal vesicles. Okay, so seminal vesicles produces a watery fluid. ನೀರಂತ ಒಂದು fluid ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, which is alkaline fluid. So the fluid will be alkaline. First point that I have to remember, it is watery alkaline fluid it produces, and it contains fructose and calcium. So a watery fluid it contains fructose and calcium, because fructose, why it is essential? Because it is a sugar. So sugar is, or glucose is essential for the movement of the sperm, because they provide energy for the movement of sperms. Hence seminal fluid main function it provides energy for the sperms. Okay, so this content, ಈ secretion ಏನು ವಾಟರ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಟೋಟಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಸಮೈನಲ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಸಮೈನಲ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್. ಸೊ ಸಮೈನಲ್ ವೆಸಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಸೆಕ್ರಿಷನ್ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರಿ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಸಮೈನಲ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ ಸಮೈನಲ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರ್ತದೆ? ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟೇನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರುಕ್ಟೋಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಸಿಯಂ. ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಸೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ movement, means it provides energy for the sperm. Okay, so next sperms ಬಂದಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? this liquid joins them. Okay, and next when it is coming, okay, ಬರ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? next it comes in contact with the second gland, that is the prostate gland. Okay, so the second gland is prostate gland. So prostate gland also produces watery fluid. Okay, a watery fluid ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? we call it as a prostate fluid. So it is called as prostate fluid because seminal vesicles ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ seminal fluid, prostate gland ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನು? prostate fluid. Then what it contains? It contains citric acid, okay, it contains lipids and some enzymes it contains. Okay, these are the three things a prostate gland contains. ಏನೇನು ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ? ಸಿಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಲಿಪಿಡ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಂಜೈಮ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ these contain along with the fluid, the water, we call it as prostate fluid ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇದ್ರ ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು? They play an important role in locomotion. Locomotion of the sperm means motility of the sperm. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ? ಸ್ಪರ್ಮಿಗೆ ಮೊಟಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಮೂವ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಮೆಚೂರ್ ಆಗೋದಲ್ಲಿ when it comes in contact with the prostate fluid. Okay, so next gland what we will be studying is bulbourethral gland. So bulbourethral gland are in pairs. They are just present besides the urethra. Okay, bulbourethral gland, which is also called as Cowper's gland. So it was discovered by a scientist named as Cowper. Hence on his name they have kept this one, that is Cowper's gland. Okay, so and its fluid content we call it as bulbourethral fluid. Okay, so it is also nothing but it produces mucus. What it produces? It produces mucus, which is necessary for the lubrication of the penis during copulation. So it produces mucus. Okay, so this is about the three glands: seminal vesicles, prostate fluid, and bulbourethral gland. Remember, first it is seminal vesicle, prostate gland, ಆಮೇಲೆ bulbourethral gland ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಹೆಂಗ್ ನೆನಪಿಡೋದು? ಬಹಳ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್, SPB. Hope you can understand about whom I am talking. So if you remember that great singer, you can remember it easily. So first seminal vesicles, next it will be prostate gland, and after that it will be bulbourethral gland. So seminal vesicles contains what? Fructose, means this secretion contains what? Fructose, calcium. So with fluid we call it as seminal fluid. The secretion of prostate gland we call it as prostate fluid. It contains what? Citric acid, lipids and enzyme. It is necessary for the motility of the sperm. Next bulbourethral gland, other contenting ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? bulbourethral fluid. So and what it produces? It produces mucus, which is necessary for the lubrication of the penis during mating. Okay, the three glands content, that is seminal vesicle content, prostrate gland content and bulbourethral gland content, we call it a seminal fluid. ಮೂರರದು ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿ seminal fluid ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕೆ seminal fluid ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ seminal vesicles ಏನ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಇದು 60%, ಈ ಮೂರರದು ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು 60%. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 20% ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ 20% will be bulbourethral gland content, that is mucus. Okay, 60% seminal vesicles ಇರೋದು, seminal vesicle content ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ seminal fluid ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಏನು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಕಾಮನ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಸೆಮನ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಸೆಮನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ ನಾನ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, that is seminal fluid content of all these three plus the living part, that is sperm. Together we call it as semen. So semen is a composition of sperms plus seminal fluid. So this was about the three glands: seminal vesicles, prostate gland, bulbourethral gland. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಮೂರು ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇಂದ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಬಹಳ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಏನು ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಮೆಚೂರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಮೊಟೈಲಿಟಿ ಬಂದಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾನ್ ಮೊಟೈಲ್, hence in the female body it can't move towards the female gamete. So those sperms which are non motile, then definitely they are not useful, they are useless ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, they can't fertilize the ovum. ಹಂಗ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಮೂರು ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಬಹಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ಪರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಮೊಟೈಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಮೂರು ಗುಣ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರ್ತದೆ, ವೆನ್ ದೇ ಮಿಕ್ಸಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಸೆಮಿನಲ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್, ಪ್ರಾಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬಲ್ಬೋಯುರೆಥ್ರಲ್ ಫ್ಲೂಯಿಡ್. ಇದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, they will gain the life ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. Okay, hence they play an important role. Next, so when the sperm with seminal content in semen ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, now through vasa difference it moves through urethra and next it goes to the through penis, it is liberated out. Okay, so ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಜೆನಿಟೀಲಿಯಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸರಿ ಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸರಿ ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್. ನೌ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಜೆನಿಟೀಲಿಯಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಜೆನಿಟೀಲಿಯಾ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ penis. So penis is the muscular tubular structure, okay, through which the sperms and urine comes out. Okay, so the penis at the end it is bulged. Okay, so a bulged ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ ನಾವು, we call it as glans penis ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. So penis at the end it is bulged, so it is called as glans penis and it is covered by the skin. ಆ ಲೂಸ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಆ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ ನಾವು, ಫೋರ್ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. that loose skin we call it as foreskin. And here we have a opening. ಈ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಯುರೆಥ್ರಲ್ ಮೀಟಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as opening is called as urethral meatus. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಜೆನಿಟೀಲಿಯಾ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಜೆನಿಟೀಲಿಯಾ is penis. Okay, so penis is tubular muscular structure, at the tip it is bulged. Okay, so a bulge part ಗೆ ಏನಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, glans penis ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ, and it is covered by a loose skin that is called as foreskin. Okay, and it is the part through which the sperms and urine liberates out. Okay, so and at the tip there is a opening, the opening we call it as urethral meatus. So this was about the explanation of male reproductive system. In today's session we discussed about the male reproductive system. Okay, in male reproductive system we discussed about the primary sex organ, that is testis. We saw the anatomy of the testis. Okay, so where we studied about the seminiferous tubules and the transverse section of the seminiferous tubules. Okay, ಅಲ್ಲಿ one point ಹೇಳೋದು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. Okay, in seminiferous tubules, if you look, there are plenty of seminiferous tubules. ಇದನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So we discussed that there are two cells. One is spermatogonia cell and another one is Sertoli cell. Okay, so spermatogonia cells ಏನು ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ spermatogonia cells are the germ cells which undergo meiosis to produce what? Sperms. Okay, after the sperms are produced, these sperms come and attach to the Sertoli cells. So Sertoli cells provide a nourishment to these cells. Seminiferous tubules, they reach what? Rete testis, and then vasa efferentia, and then epididymis, and then they reach what? Through vasa deferens they reach the urethra. Okay, and through penis they come out. So this is the transport from seminiferous tubules to the penis. Okay, so this was about the spermatogonia cells and Sertoli cells, and the space present between the seminiferous tubules, we call this the space. There is a space present between the seminiferous tubules, and this space we call it as interstitial space. This space contains fluids. Okay, the space present between the seminiferous tubule, we call it as interstitial space. Okay, this interstitial space contains some specialized cells. These specialized cells we call them as Leydig's cells. What we call them as? We call them as Leydig's cells. Most important cells, because these are the cells which produces the male hormone called as testosterone, one of the androgen. So andro in the sense male. Okay, they produce the male hormone androgen. So which is that major male hormone that is produced in the testis by Leydig cells? It is the Sertoli cells. Means in seminiferous tubules or in testis, major three cells we will be studying, that is spermatogonia cells which produces sperms, and these sperms provide nourishment in Sertoli cells, and the cells which are present between the seminiferous tubules in the space, what we call it as interstitial space. This interstitial space contains some cells, what we call it as Leydig cells. These Leydig cells produces testosterone, which is the male hormone. Why these testosterones are produced? So this is the male hormone. They are responsible for the maturation of sperms, and even they play an important role in the male characters. Okay, either it might be deepening of voice, it might be, okay, or it might be beard, mustaches, like this different. There are secondary characters, what we call them as. So for those secondary male characters, testosterone is responsible, one thing, and it is also responsible for the maturation of sperms. Okay, and next we discussed about the accessory glands, seminal vesicles, bulbourethral gland, and prostate gland. Okay, after that we discussed about the external genitalia. So hope you enjoyed this session, and I hope that you have understood the things what I have discussed. Thank you very much.